So, good evening and welcome to the Gothic Bohemian Salon. I'm coming to you here without makeup and, well, with the drudges of some leftover makeup, and myself in a bit of a mess because I just found out a few hours ago that a very good friend has passed away. Has died. I'm confused because what seems to happen is that I'll realize that it must be true and remember, or see something posted on Facebook or something like that, and I'll just start crying all over again. But then for part of the time I can't believe that it's true, and I can't cry even though I may want to because I don't believe it, and nothing I do can make me believe it. I'm trying to make it real for myself so that I can grieve and mourn, and I hope that there's a memorial I can go to. I really need to do something like that. Maybe this sounds really selfish for me to talk about what I need right now, but this was a very good friend and a very important person in my life, very important, and unfortunately we hadn't really been in much contact lately, so I'm kind of out of the loop with everything, and it's very frustrating because, you know, I want to know what happened, I want to know what's going on, I want to know when the service is going to be, if there is going to be one, you know, all that kind of stuff, and I'm not in the loop, so I'm not sure I'm going to, you know, be able to know. I'm devastated, frankly, I'm devastated. Goths sometimes romanticize death, and I remember when I went through a spate of deaths, it's a long time ago now. I think it was in 1993, something like that. I remember having a whole new feeling about death, about the romanticism of it in our culture, in our subculture, and really feeling that a lot of people just didn't understand what death is really all about, because they hadn't really experienced it, so they were kind of romanticizing it. And I sort of feel that way today as well. Until you've lost someone very close to you, you can't really understand what it's like to lose someone to death. Of course it's going to happen to all of us, but it's still the one shocking thing left over, and it's just not as simple as, you know, the people that say they're sorry for your loss and, you know, all of that. It's so much more of a shock than one would think. It's so much more difficult and painful. It's so much more of a loss and a grief, and the shock is the part that I think you're never prepared for. Even if you know someone is ill, even if you know they're struggling, that they might not make it, I don't think the shock can ever be anticipated. My mother, when she died, she was very, very ill, and I guess it was pretty obvious that she was going to pass soon, but I was still shocked when she did. This friend, I had been told that they would pull through, and they didn't, and I don't know exactly what happened, but they're gone, and I feel lost. I'm here on my own, and I'm trying to keep a hold of some sanity. So, if you know someone who's gone through a passing of someone that's close to them, be careful what you say. There's a few things that are appropriate and some things that really aren't, and the best thing for you to say is, I'm sorry for your loss. I can't possibly understand what you're going through. If there's anything I can do to help, please let me know. And then be prepared to actually do something. Offer to cook and bring them a meal, or just bring them something to eat. People who are grieving often forget to eat. Give them something that they can use for themselves to comfort, like a nice hand lotion or a pedicure or something where they are pampered and taken care of, a massage, something like that. Something that will calm and soothe them. Listen. Just listen. Don't ask how it happened or why it happened or any of the details. If the person's prepared to tell you them, they will. Particularly if they've just found out. Asking the details is kind of rude, actually, at that point. Just be there. If it's your friend, you should be there for them. And all that means is there as a friend, as a listener, a comforter, a calm influence, whatever it is that they need. If they need to scream and yell, let them scream and yell. People go through loss differently, different people, and it's best to let each person go through their own process and not expect them to follow some kind of formula. I know there's something like 7 steps of grieving or something like that. I believe that people do go through those steps, but they might not do it in the order that they're written out. They may do it in some weird order, If their friend or relative died by suicide, you need to reassure your friend when they start to feel that there must have been something that they could do, that there wasn't anything that they could do, that they did what they could, and that it's not their fault, because they will blame themselves. That's a natural reaction. Sometimes that happens with just regular death too. Trying to think if there's anything else that I can tell you to help a friend going through something like this, and I can't think of anything else. I'm quite devastated. this year has been hard in a few different ways, and I'm glad it's over. I'm really glad it's over. Thank you so much for joining me in the Gothic Bohemian Salon. Good night.